Ever feel like everyone's making money in crypto except you?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Today's deep dive is all about a platform that, well, it basically promises to make launching your own coin like as easy as ordering a pizza.
Oh,
We're
interesting.
talking Solana meme coins and Pump.Fun. We've got three fascinating articles lined up for you.
Okay.
And they get into everything, how Pump.Fun actually works, the potential risks,
Right.
and even some of the tools people are using to, ride this wave. Ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's do it. It's a fascinating, if not slightly bewildering, corner of the crypto world. The thing that gets me is this idea of like democratizing token creation.
Right.
Pump.Fun makes it so anyone, and I mean anyone, can launch a token. You don't need to be some kind of coding whiz or have like a ton of money to get started.
That's what's so interesting to me. One of these articles said you basically just need a Solana wallet,
Hmm.
which, is like a digital wallet just for the Solana blockchain.
Hmm.
Think of it as your special crypto pouch specifically for Solana.
Okay. Yeah.
So you connect your wallet,
Right.
dream up a catchy name, maybe something based on the latest meme, and decide how many tokens you want to create.
Exactly. And then boom, you've got yourself a meme coin. It's incredibly simple, almost deceptively so. And unlike some other platforms, you don't even need to put up your own money for something called initial liquidity.
Yeah.
This lowers the barrier to entry even further, but it also makes it ripe for, shall we say, less than scrupulous
We'll
activities.
definitely dig into the risks later on.
Yeah.
But first, let's break down how Pump.Fun actually works, like once you've created your masterpiece of a meme coin.
Okay, so after you've minted your token, which basically means it's officially part of the Solana blockchain, it gets listed on Pump.Fun's own exchange. And here's where it gets kind of wild. The initial trading happens on something called a bonding curve.
A bonding curve.
Yeah.
That sounds intimidating, like some kind of financial roller coaster.
It's not as complicated as it sounds. Think of it like a seesaw, okay? On one side, you have buying pressure,
Yeah.
and on the other side, you have selling pressure. As more people buy the token, the buying pressure increases, pushing the price up.
Right.
Conversely, if people start selling, the selling pressure pushes the price down.
Okay, I get the seesaw analogy. So what's the goal here? Is just to see how high you can pump the price?
Yeah, in a way, yes, but there's a method to the madness. This bonding curve dance continues until the meme coin hits a market cap of around $60,000.
$60,000. So that's the magic number. What happens once a meme coin hits that milestone?
That's when things get really interesting. Once it reaches that $60,000 threshold, the token automatically migrates over to Radium,
Uh-huh.
which is a much larger, more established decentralized exchange on the Solana network. Think of it like graduating from the kiddie pool to the big leagues.
Makes sense. So more visibility, more potential buyers, all that jazz.
Right.
But there's got to be a catch, right?
Oh, there's always a catch. And this one is quite clever, actually. When a Pump.Fun token migrates to Radium, the platform itself injects around $12,000 of liquidity into the Radium pool.
Hold on. They just add $12,000. Why would you do that?
It's a brilliant, albeit slightly manipulative, strategy. That injection of liquidity acts like a turbo boost, often causing the price on Radium to jump significantly. It creates this self-fulfilling prophecy of hype and excitement, drawing in even more traders hoping to ride the wave.
Wow. So Pump.Fun is literally living up to its name. It's like a built-in pump for these meme coins. No wonder people are flocking to it, even with, pretty obvious risks. But before we get into all that, there was something else in these articles that really caught my eye. Celebrities are getting in on the action.
Ah, yes, the celeb coin phenomenon.
Right.
It seems even A-listers can't resist the allure of meme coins. We've seen everyone from Caitlyn Jenner to Iggy Azalea launching their own tokens on Pump.Fun.
It's kind of genius when you think about it. Forget perfume lines and clothing brands. Launch a meme coin. You've got a built-in fan base, instant social media buzz, and let's be real, those low transaction fees on Solana make it way more accessible to fans than, say, Ethereum.
Exactly. And we've seen some surprisingly successful examples. Mother Iggy, a celeb coin inspired by Iggy Azalea, has gained quite a following within the Solana community. It seems people are willing to bet on their favorite celebrities, even when it comes to something as volatile as meme coins.
Which brings us to the elephant in the room. Or maybe it's more like a gorilla in a rocket ship. In this case, the risks. Because while Pump.Fun might seem like a fun and easy way to get involved in crypto, it can also be a breeding ground for scams. So we've established that Pump.Fun can be like a bit of a Wild West,
Yeah, for sure.
even with celebrities getting in on the action.
Right.
Let's talk about those risks. What are some of the red flags listeners should be aware of?
Well, I think it's important to remember that while Pump.Fun itself isn't like inherently designed to be a scam, its structure can be easily manipulated, right?
Okay, so the platform itself isn't necessarily malicious, but it kind of attracts those who are.
Precisely. Think of it like a perfectly legal online poker game. The game itself is fair,
Right.
but that doesn't stop skilled players from using strategy and sometimes deception to win.
That's a really helpful way to look at it. So walk me through some of these, like, I don't know, poker moves that might actually be scams in disguise.
Sure. Let's start with the most straightforward one, which is the dev dump.
Okay.
Every Pump.Fun token has a developer, the person who created it. Their wallet is usually easy to spot, as they're often the first one in, holding a large chunk of the tokens.
That makes sense. You'd expect the creator to have, some skin in the game,
Yeah.
but that's where things can go south.
Exactly. A dev dump happens when the developer, instead of supporting the token's growth, decides to dump all their holdings, often right before the token migrates over to Radium.
So they pump up the price, get everyone excited, and then pull the rug out from under them.
Yeah, precisely. This sudden sell-off triggers a cascade effect,
Yeah.
causing panic selling amongst other holders and leaving those who bought in late with, well, a bunch of essentially worthless tokens.
That's brutal. How can you tell if a developer is planning a dev dump? Are there any, like, warning signs to look out for?
Yeah. It's not always easy to predict, but there are some red flags. Keep an eye out for multiple wallets holding a significant amount of tokens, especially if those wallets were created very recently. That can be a sign that the developer is trying to, hide their tracks. You can also look at the developer's history, Have they been involved in similar projects before? And did those projects end well?
So it's like doing a background check on the developer. Look for any shady dealings in their past.
Exactly. Transparency is key here. If a developer is hesitant to share information about themselves or the project, that's a big red flag. And honestly, sometimes it's better to just steer clear if something feels off, even if you can't quite put your finger on why.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the dev dump. What other shenanigans do these meme coin manipulators have up their sleeves?
Well, there's a more complex maneuver called the Pump.Fun bundle. Imagine this. A developer creates a token,
Right.
but instead of keeping all their tokens in one wallet, they spread them out across multiple wallets that they secretly control.
Okay, so they're trying to be sneaky about it. But what's the point of spreading out the tokens like that?
It creates this illusion of organic buying pressure, right?
Okay.
They can then manipulate the price by having these different wallets buy from and sell to each other, slowly inflating the price and making it seem like there's, genuine interest in the token.
So they're basically playing both sides of the field.
Yeah,
And unsuspecting buyers get caught in the crossfire.
exactly. They see the price climbing steadily and think they're, catching a rising star. This false sense of momentum can trigger FOMO, the fear of missing out, and that's when people start throwing money at it, right before the whole thing crashes down.
It's like a rigged carnival game. You think you're about to win a giant stuffed animal, but you're really just about to get fleeced.
The perfect analogy. And unfortunately, it can be difficult to spot these Pump.Fun bundles because the transactions can look, legitimate at first glance.
So if dev dunks are like picking someone's pocket, Pump.Fun bundles are like running a sophisticated Ponzi scheme in broad daylight.
You could say that, yeah. But the dangers of Pump.Fun don't stop there. We haven't even gotten to the big buyer scam yet.
Okay, you've officially scared me with those, like, Pump.Fun bundles.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me there's some good news here.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to think the only way to win this game is not to play.
Don't despair just yet. While, we've seen how risky it can be, there are tools and strategies that people are using to navigate Pump.Fun more safely and, dare I say, profitably. It's like learning to read the currents before you, jump in the ocean.
Okay, that's the kind of optimism I like to hear. You mentioned tools. What exactly are we talking about? Give me some lifelines here.
One thing that's become really popular are trading bots,
Okay.
specifically designed for Pump.Fun.
Okay.
These bots connect to your Telegram account and can automate buying and selling based on, certain criteria that you set.
But instead of like being glued to my screen, refreshing every 2 seconds, I can have these bots do the heavy lifting for me.
Exactly. Two that came up in the articles were Pippy Boost and Trojan. You can program them to make trades based on price movements or like trading volume or even just hitting that, $60,000 migration point to radium.
Wow, that's next level. It's like having a little team of automated traders like working for you around the clock. Are there any other tools that can help men mortals, wrap our heads around this world?
Absolutely. Aside from the bots, there are platforms dedicated to like early detection and analysis. One that stood out was called Photon.
Okay.
It's a token discovery platform that actually just recently added Pump.Fun tokens to their listings.
So instead of sifting through like a million dog-themed meme coins, I could use Photon to, narrow down my search and maybe uncover some hidden gems.
That's the idea. You can set up filters to weed out, all the noise and focus on projects with certain criteria. It allows you to get a sense of the landscape before diving into, the frenzy of Pump.Fun's main exchange.
Filters are my love language.
Mhm.
I'm all about working smarter, not harder, especially in a fast-paced environment like this.
I hear you. And then for those who really want to, do their due diligence, there's a website called Pump.Investments.
Oh.
They provide a ton of data and tools for analyzing Pump.Fun tokens.
Data is king, or should we say queen in this case. What kind of information does Pump.Investments offer?
You can track a token's performance over time, analyze the distribution of tokens, amongst different wallets, and even spot potential red flags for those scams we discussed earlier. It's a treasure trove of information for those who know how to use it.
So we've got trading bots for automation, Photon for early detection, Pump.Investments for deep dive analysis. It's like having a whole meme coin toolkit at our disposal.
Exactly. But, even with all the tools in the world, remember that Pump.Fun, like all of crypto, is inherently risky.
Right.
These tools can help you make more informed decisions, but there are no guarantees.
Right. That's a good reality check.
Yeah.
So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive into this wild world of Pump.Fun, what's the most important thing for our listeners to remember?
I think the key takeaway is this. Pump.Fun is this fascinating microcosm of, the broader crypto landscape. It's exciting, potentially lucrative,
Yeah.
but also very volatile and risky. You can definitely dip your toes into this world, but be prepared for the currents, Do your research, use the available tools, and never, ever invest more than you can afford to lose.
Wise words to end on. A big thank you to you for guiding us through this fascinating, if not slightly terrifying world.
Huh.
And for our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of Pump.Fun, its mechanics, its risks, and the tools you can use to navigate it safely. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the ever-evolving world of crypto.